Good afternoon, my name is Amanda and welcome to The Done Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out what you can expect for the month of May 2020. If you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy and focus on piles number 1, 2, or 3. And once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamp, and I also try to pin it as the top comment. So without delaying this any further, I'm going to go ahead and give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, let's see what you can expect for the month of May 2020. And as always with my monthly pick a card readings, we're going to go ahead and start with the tarot spread and work our way over to the oracle cards for more guidance. And before we get started, I did want to ask a quick little question to you guys. I am thinking of doing away with my monthly pick a card readings just because they are some of the lowest viewed videos on my channel. So if you're wanting me to keep these videos, go ahead and let me know below. Otherwise, maybe in June I probably won't be doing the monthly pick a card, but if it helps you, I really would like to know, because even if it just helps a couple of people, I would consider keeping it around, because that's what I'm here for, to help. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. Your overall energy for the month of May 2020 is the 6 of Fire. So this looks like there is going to be some good news this month for you. So whether that is, the lifting of this quarantine, or you getting a job, or going back to work, or things becoming more normal, there may be some sort of victory at hand for you. Maybe something that you've waited for a long time for is coming to fruition, or you got some good news about, I just see someone wanting to buy a house and maybe their offer was accepted, something like that. And I do see someone else that is wanting to purchase a vehicle. That looks like it could be on the cards this month. And this is also a card all about like public recognition and awards. So I'm seeing mostly like this is really standing out to me as someone in like a social media way or some sort of public platform that you have where you're going to be receiving more views or more likes, or maybe you'll have a video go viral, something like that, something feel good, some sort of recognition, positive recognition. I will stress that it is something positive. And for some of you, that could even look like some sort of job promotion, or like I was saying earlier, just getting a job in general, which would be really good during these times. And then for someone else, I do see that maybe they had some sort of unemployment issue going on, and that is going to be resolved in your favor this month. Okay, so the past energy coming in from April, March, maybe even as far back as February, we have the 4 of Air. And this is all about taking time to rest or take a vacation and allowing yourself some time to just breathe before you move on to the next step or make some sort of major decision. And this does make sense with this whole quarantine thing. No matter where you are in the world, I think most places are locked down and have been for at least the last couple of weeks, if not a month or more. And this is a card, this also talks about how meditation or just contemplation can really bring you the answers that you seek. So maybe here in the recent past, you really thought about something and then you made a decision, or you were moving forward in some way. But I almost feel like for some of you, that decision you made back in April, maybe March, or even February is that good news you're going to be receiving here in the month of May. So then your present conditions, what you're going through right now during the month of May, we have the King of Earth. So this is going to be a very successful time. This really does go back to the 6 of Fire. You guys are kind of kicking ass and taking names in May. I don't see anything yet that is going to be standing in your way. Hopefully our future conditions card will keep us on that roll, but you guys, it feels like there's opportunities coming in. So you'll get that victory or that really cool, successful thing coming to you, good news and whatever. And then there's also some new opportunities coming to you. And it may even feel like in the month of May that like everything you touch just turns to gold. I call this the King Midas card or the Midas touch card, because you are prospering. You are becoming the person you want. You are living up to your potential. That's something I'm really seeing. And then I do see here kind of this like rainbow kind of aura here in the background. So that just may be like that rainbow that came after the storm. If you've had a rough time the past few months, this could be that rainbow coming in after the storm for you. And for one person, I do feel like this is like a rainbow baby that you've had after infertility issues, or maybe even a past miscarriage, and you're getting news that you are pregnant. And it feels to me like this pregnancy is going to be the one to stick around. So that's good news for one person. But I always want to say whatever's coming through to me. So if it doesn't pertain to you, you can just let it roll on by. And if you're definitely someone who doesn't want to be pregnant, just let that roll right off your back. It's not a message for you. Okay, so then in our future conditions, we have balance. Okay, perfect. And the 1 + 4, that equals 5. So there may be a change that has occurred in the month of May, maybe even leading up into this month, that is requiring you to kind of rebalance yourself, maybe allot time in your schedule, just maybe completely shift your schedule. Maybe you're working from home or not working at all, and that just really freed up some time for you, or you just have to find a new normal for the time being. But this is calling you to really pay attention in the different areas of your life to make sure you are getting that balance that you need. Because sometimes if we spend too much time on one area of life, another area goes cattywampus and definitely needs some attention after a while. This could also be a card about moderation. So if you've really been indulging in some really good food, or, all those memes that were going around on Facebook in early April about, social distancing from the refrigerator, I think some of us can definitely relate to that. But you guys, it feels to me like also for some of you, this could be where you're having to compromise on something or cooperate with someone to get something done. So that might be a spouse or a family member that you're trying to have help you with something, or maybe they need your help with something and you need to allot time to them, or vice versa, so you can get something done. And this is also a card about perfect timing. So it feels like whatever it is you have planned, May is the perfect opportunity, the perfect chance. With these opportunities here and this good news coming your way, this is the perfect time for whatever it is you want to go after to manifest in your life. So then your best path to follow this month is the 2 of Fire, or that 2 of Wands. So this is just saying, you've put in your time, you've been through the ringer, and now you're really coming into your own. You have 2 fire cards here, so you have that motivation to make your dreams manifest. And 2s are all about starting that journey, after the 1, and 2s kind of also can be about planning. But it feels like you're maybe signing a new contract or coming into some sort of new partnership with somebody, whether that's romantically or through business, or just reaching out to friends online or in person. But this is a card about finally being able to move forward, especially after this rest you had to take the past few months. Things are really starting to move forward for you in the month of May and into June, I feel like, as well. So then for the wish coming true for you this month, we have the King of Fire. So there is more passion, more drive, more motivation for you to continue from May into June. So this is all about focus. You are laser focused on the things you're going after, and it feels to me like you're really taking a leadership role, whether that's just around your house or at work, or however that will be for you, because everybody's in a different situation right now, and this is a general reading. So wherever it is you're at and putting your energy, you're really taking that leadership role. And you may be even taking some advice from somebody who's more on the creative side. Maybe you are just seeking counsel from a friend about, what color should I paint my bedroom, or, something like that. But you're getting some really good advice about your dreams and things, because this is the dream coming true for you. You're communicating more with people. So this might look like, for some of you, getting to see friends and family in person that you haven't seen for a couple weeks or months because of this social distancing thing. And for the most part, I just feel like you're just very ambitious and going after the things that you felt maybe fell by the wayside, or just were at a standstill because of this social distancing going on. So then for your outcome in the month of May, we have the Knight of Water. That's beautiful. So this might be a really emotional month, but it feels to me like these emotions are really good emotions, and you may be falling in love or getting proposed to or proposing to somebody, or someone really close to you may be getting proposed to or proposing to somebody. Because you do have this balance card and then emotions, there may be that call to balance your emotions. If you do start to feel a little down or sad or like things are passing you by, just try to balance that out, because you don't have anything here that's indicating any sort of problem or obstacle coming up for you. So just make sure that you are balancing anything that comes up. There may be some healing that needs to take place from, stuff from your past might come up, but it doesn't feel like anything too major. And then this could also be you getting an invitation to some sort of social event. And at this point, I think a lot of people would be happy to even run basic errands, because you're getting out, you're doing something, you're seeing new people, doing new things. And it feels to me like wherever your neck of the woods is, you're going to be able to get out a little more. Even if you're just going for a walk in your neighborhood, this would be a great thing to do, because when you can get in a new environment and kind of expand your horizons a little bit, you can really get motivated and inspired to move forward on your dreams. Okay, so that's all I'm seeing for the tarot. Let's go ahead and move into the oracle cards for additional guidance. We're just going to go ahead and start over here. We have the spring card, and of course we are in spring in the Western Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere over here, and this is a great time to follow through on starting any projects, even finishing old projects that you had, or just starting something new, or sprucing up your place, maybe spring cleaning or getting your garden in order, something like that, where you're renewing the energy. And that could look like, for some of you, kind of revamping your wardrobe, or just, getting your hair cut or colored and just feeling like a whole new you. Looks like she's very happy to be outside in nature, so this may be calling for some of you to step out in nature. And then because it says awakening here, you may this month be awakening to truths about the world, about yourself, about, whatever it is that's resonating for you. You may be awakening to new truths about that area of life. And then because you have the fog card, which says veiled, it's funny because that's almost the opposite of awakening, but to me this feels like the fog is lifting. So it might start in May and continue over into June before you really know the truth of this situation. So this could be, I think for one specific person, this is just the truth of somebody close to you that they've been hiding something or just not divulging some information to you. And then for one other person, I'm seeing this as like a surprise party or some sort of surprise that a significant other or a family member has for you, so that you're not allowed to know until it's time, because it's a surprise they are planning for you. Then here we have the number 4, if I could speak, joy and stability. There, with that number 4, that is a stable number. It's a supportive number. Your guides and angels are behind you. They have your back. They are ready to help, love, and support you. And it says joy and stability. So this is just chasing your bliss, following your joy. Be like her. Just be carefree. Do the things that bring you joy, because that is going to help manifest these dreams in your life and help you create the life that you love. And you do have those new opportunities coming in, and that really does pair well with the Serena card, because it says here, I'm the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. So you may have an unexpected job opportunity come up. Maybe you do some freelance work, or this is a freelance job, or some sort of side hustle. And then for others of you, this feels like someone coming to you with some sort of opportunity where you can trade services. Maybe you do kind of similar to what I do as a tarot reader, and they have some other business, and you kind of are trading services to each get something from the other. But then here we have quiet time. So you do have all this fire underlying the month of May. So this just may be saying, make sure you're still taking time out, make sure you're still meditating or taking the time to do that self-care, because that's one of the first things we can let go by the wayside when we're really busy, is our own personal hygiene, our own self-care, and just recharging of our own batteries. So don't be spreading yourself too thin, because it looks like with all this fire, you may have a tendency to do that. With the balance card, just make sure, like I said earlier, just balance everything out, and you should have a really beautiful and exciting month of May. So you'll have to let me know below what you thought and if this resonated. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 2, let's figure out what you can expect for the month of May. And as always with my monthly pick a card readings, we're gonna go ahead and start with that tarot stack and work our way over to the oracle cards for some additional guidance. And before we get started, I did want to ask a quick little question to you guys. I am thinking of doing away with my monthly pick a card readings just because they are some of the lowest viewed videos on my channel. So if you're wanting me to keep these videos, go ahead and let me know below. Otherwise, maybe in June, I probably won't be doing the monthly pick a card, but if it helps you, I really would like to know, because even if it just helps a couple of people, I would consider keeping it around, because that's what I'm here for, to help. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the overall energy for the month of May 2020 for you guys is the Knight of Earth, and that's beautiful. So this is just that time to really buckle down, get things done, kicking ass and taking names, and this feels like that sense of responsibility that maybe in the past things were just moving slow or not moving at all, and now you feel like you can start kind of hit the ground running and get things done that maybe you've had put off for a while because of this quarantine. And this is also that guardian angel card. I like to call the Knight of Pentacles that guardian angel. So he is, or she, is going to be helping you this month go after the things you need to accomplish and get done. But just make sure, much like group number 1, that when you are going after these things and trying to get stuff done, that you're not stretching yourself too thin and neglecting your own self-care. So then for the past energies coming in, so this could be April, March, and even as far back as February, we have the Ace of Fire. So in the recent past, there was some sort of exciting new opportunity that came into your life, and sometimes that can look like a new creative project that you started working on, career advancement of some sort. Maybe you got a promotion or switched jobs or changed jobs. This just feels like a really good start to something. Like you're passionate and excited to take on something new. And for me, this almost feels like, even though it's a very positive card, it almost feels like this opportunity for something new came in and then stuff started to kind of go by the wayside, or things quickly got ground to a halt because of this quarantine, or the quarantine kind of put a wrench in your gears in one way or another. So maybe if you were working somewhere, now you're working from home, or your job is kind of on pause right now. Whatever scenario resonates, it feels like there was something really exciting starting kind of at the beginning of the year, and then it kind of almost got ground to a halt or paused in some way. So then in your present conditions, what's going on right now, this is the Six of Swords card. Whatever it was that was on that standstill, you know, it goes really great with this Knight of Earth or Knight of Pentacles. Things are starting to look up, the wheels are starting to turn again, things are happening. So this is the end of a difficult situation. So for some of you watching this, your quarantine or lockdown may be lifted this month, and you may be reintegrating back in the world, or just having more of your normal life creep back in. And that's a good thing, because we all want that comfort and security of our normal, and when that's ripped out from under us, it's so hard to feel like we have it all together. But this could also be a card, the Six of Swords, suggesting you taking some sort of trip, whether that's just a short little road trip, or, you know, a trip around your local area, maybe to go on a little hike or a walk by a river or something, because this boat is on the water here. Or this could be a long distance trip for some of you. Maybe you had a trip planned and you're finally able to take this trip. It doesn't feel to me like things are going to be completely back to normal, but you're going to start seeing glimpses of normal, you know, whatever normal is for you. You're going to start seeing glimpses of that kind of start to trickle in and return in your life. Then here with the future conditions, what to expect in the future, with the Seven of Swords, this is the continuation of the Six of Swords. Plans are going to need revised. So maybe this trip you did have planned isn't gonna quite go the way you expected. Maybe you had a trip booked that you needed a flight for, and now you're realizing, well, it's probably not the best idea to fly, or maybe flights just aren't going, something like that. But it doesn't mean that this trip is never going to happen. It just might be that this trip or these different plans that you've had I'm seeing like somebody who's in business. Maybe you're an entrepreneur and you had these business ideas all laid out for the year, and then this quarantine happened and this virus happened and everything got put on hold and some things got canceled. But this just says there's a lot going on and the timing just may not be right for certain endeavors that you had planned to do. But again, that does not mean that they're not going to happen. And I like to say that everything happens exactly when it's supposed to, in the divine time that it's meant to. So hopefully for you guys, it won't be too big of a problem that you are just completely devastated because the plans that you had are either canceled or postponed. But it looks to me like when things do get rolling again, you're going to be very happy with the way it all plays out. So it's not going to be, it might be kind of a short-term loss, but not for long. You're going to start really getting excited when this thing finally does happen, and you're like, I'm glad it happened now because maybe it gives you more time to prepare for this thing or this trip, and I see somebody like going to some sort of family reunion or maybe high school reunion, and you're like, now I have extra time to lose more weight, or I have extra time to work on something that it is you want to present to people that you're going to be meeting up with. And that might just be for a very specific few of you, but that's what that feels like. It's not going to be wasted, even though you may feel like, oh, I just wish this would happen already. But when it finally happens, you'll realize that, okay, it's better it happened now than back then. Okay, so in your best path to follow, we have the dreamer, which is perfect because this is all about taking that leap of faith. So if there is something you want to start or make plans for, go ahead and take that leap and start making plans on it. Just allow the concession that things may not go according to your exact plan because you are maybe waiting for this quarantine to lift, or you're waiting on other people who are maybe in areas where this quarantine hasn't lifted yet. And I think for someone in business, maybe some things that you need for your business aren't shipping out because the place that they're shipping from is still in quarantine and you can't get those materials yet. Something like that. But this still means, keep following your dreams, keep planting those seeds, keep taking action steps in the direction of your dreams, because when you do that, you will get these unexpected opportunities that are going to be popping up into your awareness. And because you may have to get really creative with the way you're making plans, that may be what these unexpected opportunities are catalyzed by. And I'm trying to find a better way to say that. Maybe because you're being really creative with the way you're planning things, unexpected opportunities pop up because maybe you took a slightly different path than you would have before, and now everything is just working out perfectly, and you couldn't have planned it any better than it will eventually be working out. So the dream coming true for you this month is the 3 of water. So that's that 3 of cups. There's a celebration of some sort, maybe a wedding or a graduation or a birth announcement, either your own or someone really close to you, friends or family. But this just also says, if you're not able to get with the people that you want to be celebrating and hanging out and spending time with and, having a party with, I do feel like for one of you or a couple of you, you may be having a birthday or recently had a birthday and you're just upset that maybe you didn't get to spend time with your friends and family, or someone close to you had a birthday and you missed the birthday party, or, getting to celebrate that person because you can't be with them. But this can also be a card just indicating that you need to allow yourself to have a little more fun in life. Don't take things too seriously, and with all this air here, don't get too caught up in your own, mental things, thinking and worrying and stressing about what's not going on. Really allow yourself some time to play and just do something you really enjoy, because it will help you feel like you have some control over the things that aren't really moving forward in life for you. So then here we have the outcome card. We have the 3 of fire. So you have 3 and 3. So you may be actually this month be seeing 33 on the clock, or license plates, or just 3s are very important. The number 3 is very important to you this month. It might be a lucky number for you. Maybe May 3rd, there's going to be something really exciting going on for you. But this is a great card as your outcome because things are looking very good. The things that you've put the time and effort into are looking good. There's abundance that's going to be coming in from what you've been doing. And this is a card all about making those long-term plans. So get with that dreamer energy in your best path to follow here and make some long-term plans. Even if you have no idea when these things are going to actually come to fruition, start making the plans and then breaking those plans and goals down into action steps so that you can work your way to this beautiful plan. So because at the outcome of this month, you're going to be making some long-term plans, it doesn't feel like anything too major as far as advancements go. But I mean, you do maybe have some career advancement that was kind of in the recent past coming in, but things aren't moving forward at an exponential rate, maybe not at all as fast as you want, but this is a great outcome because things are looking good. This is in your favor. This is the card about planting those seeds for that long-term abundance, and with this Knight of Earth as your overall energy, that guardian angel that is with you this month is going to help you lay the groundwork for the future that you're planning to create this year. So I think that's all I'm seeing for the tarot cards. So let's go ahead and move into your oracle cards. We're just gonna go ahead and start over here and work our way over. So we have the blue card, which is all about that throat chakra or even third eye chakra, and this is all about communication and your inner truth. So there may be some communication that is what's not really moving forward. Maybe you are trying to sign some sort of contract or move forward in business, or just having a really hard time communicating with your friends and family because you just want to be in person and right in front of them and not have to communicate over IM or text or on the phone. But communication is going to be pretty important to you this month, and because it says here inner truth, there may be some sort of spiritual stuff going on for you as well. With this Three of Water, that could be, connecting to your emotions to be able to really decide what's best for you in life. And because you have the Wolf card, which is all about instinct, intuition even. I'm picking up intuition even though it's not written here. But following your intuition or your instincts is going to be very important with these opportunities that you have and just all the work that you need to put in. Just follow your heart, follow your instincts. Then here we have the number 9, which is that endings card, that completion. And she is meditating. So meditating might be very important for you guys this month to get some of those inner truths. But she is seeking. So if there's information you want, maybe you can look online for audiobooks or look on your own bookshelves. Sometimes you have books that you forgot you had that you can find information that you need to move forward with. So seeking out something, and for some of you this may be just spending time in nature. She is out in nature and there are 2 birds here. So you guys this month might even notice there multiple times you'll see 2 birds out the window. Then you'll be driving somewhere and you'll see 2 birds. Like 2 birds will kind of follow you this month. And it feels to me like these birds might be part of this guidance system you have with this kind of guardian angel that's just letting you know you're on the right path. And then I was just drawn up here to my feather, so you may actually find bird feathers this month. And again, that's just a sign or a synchronicity from your guides or your angels or even a passed over loved one that they are with you and they are helping you this month. Then we have Isabella. Yes, the timing is right for a new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. So again, you may have something with this Ace of Fire from that past that you were really excited about, and then this whole lockdown thing happened and you were just kind of put off on it or just kind of got off your roll with it. Whatever it was you were working on just kind of got put at a standstill. But this is just saying it's time to go ahead and make those plans and start moving forward. I don't think everything is going to be completely ready to go by the end of May, but you're going to have a very good start as long as you're putting that effort in and having those positive expectations. And then here we have the problem resolved card. So for some of you, this might have to do with this quarantine. Maybe the quarantine's over. Maybe something that was creeping up here with the 6 of air here has been resolved. So whatever problems you've had, maybe even miscommunication issues with a friend or a family or maybe someone you're living with, and those problems are going to be resolved in the month of May. So you going into June, you look like you're sitting really pretty, and this feels like as long as you're putting in the work, you're going to go ahead and be able to reap the abundance that creates. You're going to sow those seeds and reap the rewards of what it is that you're moving forward to. So yeah, you guys, I think that's all I'm seeing for you, but you'll have to let me know below what you thought and if it resonated. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, let's figure out what you can expect for the month of May 2020. And as always with my monthly pick a card readings, we're gonna go ahead and start with the tarot spread and work our way over to the oracle cards for additional guidance. And before we get started, I did want to ask a quick little question to you guys. I am thinking of doing away with my monthly pick a card readings just because they are some of the lowest viewed videos on my channel. So if you're wanting me to keep these videos, go ahead and let me know below. Otherwise, maybe in June, I probably won't be doing the monthly pick a card, but if it helps you, I really would like to know, because even if it just helps a couple of people, I would consider keeping it around, because that's what I'm here for, to help. Okay, so for the overall energy for the month of May 2020, you have the Queen of Air, or the Queen of Swords. So there may be a decision that you need to be making this month, and it feels like a very personal decision to you. And there's too many things that are really popping up that I can't give you the exact thing because it's going to be very different for each of you. So whatever's coming into your mind as we're talking about this is probably what it's about. And it doesn't feel like it's anything bad. It just feels like you're needing to be independent and figure out what it is you need to do in this situation. And a lot of times this decision is going to have to do with clearing away things that just don't serve you anymore. It could be a job, could be a relationship, or just stepping away from someone for a minute to really catch your breath and figure out what you want. But this can also be a card about finding the humor in a situation and just making, light of something that is really depressing. So I feel like a lot of you guys, because this is an air card, that mental activity, maybe a lot of you guys have been stressing out about this lockdown or quarantine or the virus that's going around. Maybe you've just really been struggling financially, and just that decision might have to do with just figuring out what you need to do moving forward. It's a very hard time for a lot of people and very stressful, and even can lead to depression if we're not careful. So this is just saying, I want you guys to really take care of the thoughts that are popping into your head. And if they tend toward the negative, try to separate yourself from your thoughts, because you are not your thoughts. The thoughts are the things that occur in your mind, but that doesn't mean they are you. Especially if you've been really down about yourself or your situation, try to see the positives in that situation. And that's not always an easy thing to do, especially when you're in the thick of whatever it is you're going through. It may not be easy to think of a brighter day, but there are brighter days coming. I can feel it already. So in your past, so this is the month of April, March, maybe even as far back as February, energy's coming in. And we have the Ace of Earth, or the Ace of Pentacles. So in the recent past, there was that inflow of abundance coming in, and there may have been a promising business venture or some sort of partnership or opportunity in your life, something that really excited you and made you really happy. And for some of you guys, that could be the signing of some sort of document or contract, maybe buying a house or wanting to buy a house. Maybe something to do with financial aid for somebody or some sort of scholarship. And then for somebody else, I'm feeling like this could be some sort of business contract or like a business license even. But it feels to me much like group number 2 and probably parts of group 1. You got this exciting thing going on, this promising venture coming into your life. It might have been even a project you started or were planning to start. And then this CV, I call it CV so it doesn't trip up the algorithm, this virus going around hit, and that kind of derailed what was going on for you, that you thought, okay, now this is it, this is awesome, and then something happened. Maybe I'm seeing for someone, they lost a client, or that contract you were going to sign with that client fell through and it really devastated you for a moment, but I'm feeling like things are going to be looking up. So don't worry moving forward. So in your present conditions, the month of May, we have the Seven of Water. So yes, this going back to this Queen of Air, Queen of Swords, there is a decision to be made, and it's not just a quick, should I have coffee or tea this morning kind of decision. This is something that's very complex and personal. It's going to take you time through the month of May and maybe even leading into June, depending on what this card is. You need time to really contemplate and ruminate on what this thing means. And a lot of times when you're trying to make a decision in life, you can ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine life purpose? Which way leads me farther away? And also another way to know if you're making the right decision is if you're making this decision out of love or out of fear. Are you making a decision to try to ward off something negative happen? Usually you're making that kind of decision out of fear rather than out of love or a place from where your soul wants you to make that decision. But this could just be saying you need to do more research before you make this decision, or I keep going back to moving for somebody or wanting to buy a house or make some sort of larger major purchase. Do more research before you sign that dotted line, because I feel like there's something better for you waiting that maybe you didn't even have on your radar, or you just thought, oh, I couldn't afford that or whatever. So using the house as an example, you may have fallen in love with this one property, but it was just out of your price range and you were going to settle for this other house, and then maybe this quarantine and this lockdown happened and you've had to kind of take a pause on that. And then once this quarantine is over, you find out that your dream property has been discounted or the price has fallen quite a bit. So now that it's in your price range, something like that. It feels like divine timing is at play. And that was a very big theme of both of the other two groups as well, that things may have been put on hold, but it's not that things aren't going to happen. It's just maybe they're not going to happen right when you wanted them to, but they're definitely going to happen when they're meant to happen. So your future conditions, so end of end of May going into June. So we have the Four of Earth. So this, is another monetary card. She has all these little jewels or maybe even eggs in a basket, as what I always look at this as. She's got all these eggs in a basket, so it almost feels like it can go two ways. Like you're being too frivolous with money, like you're just spending it like it's water, or you're too cautious with your money and not wanting to spend it at all. But this is just saying, make those good decisions for yourself, for your business, for your career, for your family. Make sure, you've got 3 cards about decisions and then 1 about important documents or contracts. So whatever it is that you're going through and have been going through, it involves a major life change or a major life decision. But this could also be a card about just giving to those that are less fortunate than you. Maybe you're donating food to a local shelter or some sort of food pantry. It just feels like you're trying to, you're living from your heart chakra. So you're giving to those less fortunate, and that could even just be your time. You're giving your time and attention to people that need it. Maybe there's a friend that just really is not having an easy time of things, and you are that shoulder for them to cry on, and you really do make them feel better. But whatever's going on, just make sure you're really balanced with your spending. Don't be afraid to still spend money on the groceries you need and all that, especially if you are saving up for some sort of large purchase, or you're afraid of what the future holds financially because your job may not be as secure as you hoped it was, or maybe you're out of work right now and that house you wanted to purchase, or that whatever purchase you were wanting to make wasn't going to happen right then, and you're just trying to be real cautious with your money. Just try to keep a balanced approach when you're looking at your finances, because if you hold too tightly onto something like finances, a lot of times that lets the universe know that you are in that lack mentality and that it won't keep that abundance flowing into you. So in your best path to follow this month, we have the Five of Earth. So yeah, I think I was on the right path about the money or fears surrounding money or finances. But this could also be a card about accepting help from others. You are giving help to someone, and then now you need help from someone. your best path to follow is just to make sure you're not afraid to ask for help. If there is government or financial assistance for you, whether that's that stimulus check that you receive or something with your business or your workplace is giving you money, or you will have unemployment coming in, just be willing to accept help from others, because especially if you are self-employed, these can feel like really uncertain times, but I'm keep feeling there is a brighter day on the horizon. So I feel like these fears surrounding money just may be short-lived for the time being. But just know, as you come into June, I feel like things are going to be looking up. As long as you're not too fearful of the money, because you will start to, like I was saying, kind of almost repel the money coming into you. And I know it sounds very woo-woo or kind of out there, but it really is true. When you're open to receiving, you're not in that fear mentality. So it's way easier said than done, especially if you are someone who's supporting a family, or you're the main breadwinner, or you're just supporting yourself. Those fears are valid fears, and they really are not something to mess with. We really don't want to feel that way, but when we do, it's really hard to come out of that. But just know there is a brighter horizon, and try not to worry so much about that. So the wish coming true for you this month is renewal. So this is a really good card with what we have going on. So this is all about reviewing and evaluating what is in your life. And especially if you have this big decision you need to make, a renewal, this is reviewing and evaluating what was so you can make something new in your life. So it does feel like you guys are going to be moving in a new direction sometime in May, whether that's just energetically or physically moving in a new direction, or making a major decision to move in a different direction. But there's a favorable outcome in the cards for you. That whatever it is you're ruminating about, it's for your benefit. It's going to be really good in the long run. And you may not see it in the month of May. You may feel like you're not getting what you feel is your fair share of something, but coming into June and farther down the road, you're going to feel like, okay, now I see why all this was playing out in my life. And I just keep being drawn back to this crystal ball here. It's almost like hindsight is 2020, and we are in 2020. So it almost feels to me like by June, you're going to be able to look back at some of this past energy that's happened and realize that, okay, I see why all this stuff happened. If only I'd known I didn't need to worry. Because I feel like worry is kind of the name of the game for you guys recently. And because you do have so many earth cards, I want to point out that grounding yourself, physically grounding yourself by taking your shoes off and putting your feet on the bare earth would be very beneficial to you, because we are meant to be living more in communion with earth. We are, for the most part, very detached from the earth. We wear shoes when we're outside. We sleep in houses with walls and electricity and all that, and we really do remove ourselves physically from the earth. So the more you can spend out time out in nature and just really reconnect with the earth, you're gonna maybe get those answers that you're seeking and be able to make a great decision for yourself. So then in the outcome position, we have the Ace of Air. So you have the Ace of Swords here basically, and there are going to be some new ideas or inspirations coming to you, which is great because you want to have new ideas and fresh inspiration coming in, especially when you want to make a decision. And this feels to me like by the end of May, you're going to be seeing the truth of the situation. So this decision that you may have weighing on you for most of the month, you're going to be really clear by the end of the month which road you need to take, or which path you need to take, which position you need to put yourself in. And sometimes that Ace of Swords can be kind of a difficult beginning. It's not an easier beginning like that Ace of Wands where you're just charging in. This is a beginning that may be slow to start, but by the time that May is out and June has started, you're going to see the truth of that situation. You're going to know which steps to take, but that's not saying those steps are going to be totally easy right away. But eventually, it feels to me like you guys will gain some traction on the direction you want to go. So that's all I'm seeing for the tarot cards. So let's go ahead and move into the oracle cards. So then here we have the passed over loved one card, and it says here comfort, forgiveness, and support. So you may have a passed over loved one that is watching over you and is really close to you, or maybe you're really missing them this month and you just wish that you could reach them or talk to them one more time. And I do feel like for many of you that is a grandparent, especially a grandmother. But just know you do have the support of your guides and angels. So if at any point you have trouble with this decision, or just life in general just feels very stressful, you can always call on them for their guidance, and they will help you. They will put you on the path that is best for you. And then here we have the Gaia card, which is all about nurturing. And like I was saying about connecting to Gaia, connecting to the earth, putting your bare feet on the earth is really going to help you connect to what it is you need to be doing and what direction is best for you. So this may be calling you to nurture yourself or others. Maybe if you have children, maybe you need to spend a little extra time just letting them know everything's okay, or maybe even nurturing a spouse or some sort of family member that maybe you haven't spent much time with. But this is a time about gentle care, being very gentle with what it is you're doing. Then here we have the number 6, which is again that motherly energy, that karmic energy, but I always feel like the heart chakra energy when I see a 6 in a reading, but that really does go well with this Gaia, Mother Earth, motherly energy and nurturing. 6s are all about nurturing. So some of you may need to be nurturing yourselves in order to get yourselves in the right mindset to believe and succeed. Because like I was saying, there feels like there will be eventual success with whatever it is you want to go after and whatever you had planned. But much like group number 2, that timing just may be different than what you expected maybe at the beginning of the year. But whatever you believe, you kind of attract that. So if you can believe in your own success, believe in your potential, believe that things are going to work out for you the way they're meant to, and that will lead you to that success. And then here we have to help heal the situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. And that really ties well into this nurturing card as well. So you may be having had a fight with somebody, maybe even it's this passed over loved one that maybe you didn't end things the way you wanted to, or maybe it just was you didn't get to communicate with them before they passed. But for many of you, I do feel like this has to do with a significant other or someone really close to you, maybe a mother, father, close friend, something where you guys had a misunderstanding and maybe a little bit of a falling out or a fight of some sort, and you're just wanting to heal this situation and move on and be friends again, or be happy with each other again. And the best way to do that is be able to put yourself in their shoes and just really see this thing from their point of view, with that compassion in your heart. So that calm, mothery, nurturing energy really does run through this month for you guys. Then here we have the detoxification card. So along with earthing, which is what they call putting your feet on the ground and getting in connection with Mother Earth, you can detoxify your life, cut out the mainstream media, and so even social media, being able to take a break from that will really detoxify your mind. But detoxifying your body, maybe you can do some sort of cleanse or fast to be able to release toxins from your body, because when you can get your body in a really balanced and healthy state, that's when you are really living your best life. When you can be in a state of health, that is your biggest ticket to wealth. So you can detoxify and get rid of the things that are not serving you. And that may be, for some of you, relationships. And that could tie back to this card here about healing a situation. For some of you, that may be letting this person go from your life. That could be somebody who just isn't good for you. It's a toxic situation. But I only think that's for a handful of you. So if it doesn't resonate, just let it pass. It's not for you. But I do feel like that is for 1 or 2 of you. If this decision revolves around, should I be with this person, should I not, that might be leaning toward letting that person go. But again, that's just for a few of you. For others of you, maybe not. Whatever resonates for you, that's what you should take. And use your intuition in any of these readings and only follow the guidance that you feel is meant for you. So yeah, you guys, I think that's all I'm seeing for you, but you'll have to let me know below what you thought and if it resonated. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye.